Alright guys, we are back. This is time for the second episode of Millennial Magdump, and I have a doozy for you today. So, Beto fucking O'Rourke. One of the cool things about doing this whole gun channel thing on YouTube is a lot of my friends and some of you guys on the internet are awesome about sending me memes, sending me the latest shit that this idiot says. So I really appreciate that. It's kind of cool having it just sent straight to me. I don't have to wait for it to show up. So this jackwagon is unique in one way and really not all that unique in another way. So I'm pretty sure everybody has seen the little tidbit where he's like, hell yeah, we're going to come take your ARs, we're going to come take your AKs, you know, they're not going to be weapons of war on the street anymore. If you like the guy for saying that, number one, you're an idiot. Number two, you're dishonest because you told us for years, you're not coming to take our guns, you just want common sense laws, you know, nobody's coming to take your guns. And when you post shit cheering for this piece of shit, you're a liar. And if you're naive enough to think that he's unique in that sentiment, he may be unique for actually saying it, but he is not unique for feeling that way. Everybody else on that stage, you know, notice nobody tried to check him on it. Nobody said, well, you know, we don't need to go that far. No, they all just kind of stayed quiet. That's the way they felt. They just didn't have the balls to say it. So Beto's a huge piece of shit. If you don't know, DUI, burglary charges. Dude's probably not even qualified to purchase a firearm, so I really kind of take anything somebody in that situation has to say about gun laws with a literal grain of salt. Like, I could not give a fuck less what they think about it. But the bigger issue here is people think that he's unique. He's like, oh, you know, that guy, wow. Everybody else up on that stage feels that way. Our current president, and I know I'm about to get hate for this, our current president is not pro-2A. Our current president has paid lip service to the Second Amendment, but he is not pro-2A. I don't care, you know, better than the alternative. Fuck that. Let's come up with better alternatives. Let's come up with better choices. So the current political attitude towards the Second Amendment is not good. I don't care whether they have an R or a D or an I or a libertarian. Libertarians are cool, but you never really see them in the spotlight. But nobody is really pro-2A that's in the mainstream that I have seen. Even, God, what's his name? Dan Crenshaw was like, oh yeah, I'm pro-2A, and then he came out and fucked himself. So these guys are not pro-2A. They pay lip service to get your votes, and then they do whatever they feel like they need to do to get support, to be popular, to keep lobbyists money. They have forgotten that they work for us. That's a whole other conversation. Today's topic, though, Beto. Number one, if his proposed solution would actually do a damn thing, you know, okay, there are merits to it. But there are no merits to it. The statistics bear out that, you know, hammers are used to kill more people than all rifles in the United States. Is it hammers or knives? I may be wrong. Maybe knives. Knives or hammers are used to kill more people than all rifles in the United States every year. Of all rifles, these modern sporting rifles, which they erroneously call assault rifles, they make up a tiny, tiny percentage of gun deaths, let alone the overall picture of violent deaths. So his rule is not really going to do anything to curb the problem. What it's going to do is it's going to take law-abiding people that have these guns, that use them for hunting, that have them for defensive purposes, that have them just to shoot. They're not hurting anybody. They're legally able to buy the guns. They're decent people. Turning them into criminals if they don't comply. That's a great excuse to turn around and say, oh, now you can't own any guns, which is their goal. Don't be naive. Again, those of you that think that he's unique for feeling that way, don't be naive. He's not the only one that feels that way, and they're not going to stop with those. Because when they pass that, and then they're like, wow, the problem hasn't gotten any better, now we need to ban all semi-automatics. Semi-auto handguns, semi-auto shotguns, your Ruger 1022s, and then trends will change, and then that won't be enough. Next thing you know, we'll be running around using pellet rifles for home defense, if you can even legally do that. Or we can be like the UK and ban knives now. So you get acid thrown in your face, but you can't carry a pocket knife. So I guess the main takeaway for today's Millennial Magdump is going to be a giant fuck you to Beto O'Rourke for his bullshit. And if you're naive enough to continue believing the lie that some of our current politicians are pro-2A and not hold any kind of pressure to them, you deserve a fuck you too. honestly. You're going to sit here and claim to be a two-way supporter and then go ahead and kiss the ass of anybody that tells you what you want to hear, and then you can literally watch them, but you put blinders on whenever they go against that. So, yeah, let's grow some balls collectively and demand that our rights be protected, and quit voting in people that couldn't give a shit less about them. They're protected by our armed security that we pay for with weapons that we can't own, and they have the wherewithal to sit there and lecture us on what we do or don't need to defend ourselves and our families. So that's like the highest level of just douchebaggery that I can think of. So yeah, if you want to see me rant and rave about Second Amendment related issues, that is NSFW and probably going to get me a shitload of hate, yeah, keep watching the Millennial Magdump. It's going to come on every week, and I'll try to keep them fairly short. As always, stay safe. Thank you for watching. Keep shooting, and I'll see you next time.